Hi guys, it's Monday, April 6th, and this is my second time recording this. I forgot to turn the microphone, I think, and that's why my sound didn't record, and I have no idea what happened. So today, today's lesson is chapter 12, section 3, and it's on area of composite figures. So just really quickly, composite figure is made up of two or more shapes. Here are some formulas that we've learned last year in 6th grade. Area of the rectangle or parallelogram is base times height, or length times the width, right? Area of the triangle is base times height divided by 2. Please remember that height is always perpendicular to the base. Area of the trapezoid is height times the sum of the bases divided by 2, and area of the circle is pi r squared. So just a couple of examples of composite figures. So for example, on the left you'll see a rectangle and a parallelogram, and if you see the dotted line right there, so I'm kind of separating these so you can see that it creates two different shapes if you split it. Also, we have this irregular shape on the right, this irregular shape. Now I can split it, and I'm going to split it right here and create two shapes. One is a triangle, and the other one is the trapezoid. Now, please remember that trapezoids are shapes that have two sides, one set of sides that are parallel to each other. So again, this would be and this would be the bases of the trapezoid. Okay, so let's move on to the first example. We have this composite figure. I see two shapes. One is a rectangle, and the other one is a triangle. I'm asking you to find the area of the entire composite figure. So let's take a look. Rectangle is, how would we find the area? Base times height. And how would we find the area of the triangle? Is base times height divided by 2. So in the rectangle, it's pretty clear that length and width, or base and height, are 15 and 23. So what we're going to do is we're just going to multiply 15 times 23 plus, and then let's take a look at the triangle. Remember that this one is a little bit tricky one because the height is 10 inches. If you turn the shape, remember the height drops down all the way to the base, and it is perpendicular to the base. So the base is, this part is 15, and let's see, this one is 15, and this one is 6 and 6. I think I forgot to write that in. So 15 plus 6 and 6 will be 27. So we're just going to write base, which is 27, times the height, which is 10, and everything divided by 2. And we don't want that, divided by 2. And when you simplify this, 15 times 23 is 345, plus 27 times 10 divided by 2 is 135, and your final answer is 480 inches squared. And that is your final answer. Moving on to the next example, we have a nice looking snow cone, and I see two shapes. It's made up of a triangle and a semicircle. Quickly, here are the formulas for the area of both. Don't forget to divide by 2 because it is a semicircle. So 6 centimeters is given to us, and as you can see, 6 centimeters is a let's see, 6 centimeters is a diameter, right? And then 10 centimeters is the height of the triangle. So what we're gonna do is we have to take a look and let's see, base times height. So 6 times 10 divided by 2, that's the area of the triangle, plus 3.14. Now we know that 6 centimeters is a diameter, so radius will be 6 divided by 2, which is 3 centimeters. And we will write this down, 3.14 times 3 squared, and everything is divided by 2. And when we solve this really quickly, we will have 30 plus 14.13 equals to, let's see, 44.13. And that's, of course, centimeters squared because it is the area. I'm going to squeeze those in. Our next example, I'm hoping again you're going to take a look at that and pause my notes and try to figure this out on your own. I've pre-written the formulas already. I'm going to ask you to find the area of the shaded, let me make this bigger. So the shaded region, and I am talking about the shaded region, which I forgot to do. Here we go. So something like that. Sorry, it's fluffy. Okay, so here we go. Area of the shaded region needs to be found. So I see a parallelogram. And remember that the height in the parallelogram is always perpendicular to the base, or it drops down, so you can actually go like this and drop down the height, or it can be on the side from one of the vertices being dropped down. Okay, so it's 24 meters and the base is 36 meters. We also have a semicircle, and the formula is given to you for that. So, and we also have 12 meters, which is diameter is given to you. It's 12 meters, and therefore radius is 12 divided by 2, which is 6 meters. Okay, so let's quickly plug in the numbers. 36 times 24 minus 3.14 times a radius, which is 6 squared divided by 2. 36 times 24 is 864 minus 56, 52, and the answer is 807.48 meters squared. So notice it's a donut hole problem. Basically, we're taking semicircle out of the parallelogram and finding what's left over, the area of what's left over. And our last example consists of many shapes, as you can see. Let's see, we have a rectangle, we do have a triangle, and notice we have part of the circle, and of course it's a quarter of the circle or 1/4 of the circle. I've pre-written all the formulas. Also, just wanted to make sure you understand that height of the triangle is 4 inches, and we see that this one is 2 inches, so this side is also 2 inches as well, because it's marked right here that these two sides are the same. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 2, that's where we got the 6, the height. Now also, if you add 2 and 2 will be 4. So our radius, as you can see, is 2 inches. 2 inches. So now we're just ready to plug in our numbers. Let's take a look at the rectangle, base times height. So we have 2 times 4 Okay, so I'm just going to write it 2 times 4. And for our rectangle. Plus, let's take a look at the triangle. The height is 6 and the base is 2. So 2 times 6 divided by 2. Plus, we have pi r squared. And of course, it's 1/4, so it has to be divided by 4. So 3.14 times a radius. And we said that the radius was 2 squared. Oops, it always does that. Squared divided by 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus, I'm going to cross cancel these two, which will give me 6. And of course, I can cross cancel 4, and 2 squared is 4, so I'm going to cross cancel that as well. And I will only get 3.14. So my final answer when I add them all up is 17.14 inches squared. And that is my final answer. So hopefully you were able to hear these notes. Let's try this again, and I will see you on Wednesday. Thank you.